Today I'm prepping for our first of many Christmas dinners. The adults' table is always decorated and quite fancy, but what about the kids' table? Who says it can't be both fun and fancy? So join me as I create this kid-approved Christmas dinner. So let's get started by making these s'mores puff mug toppers. To start with, I'm just going to unroll some puff pastry sheets. Now I'm making mine s'mores, so we're going to be using marshmallow fluff and Nutella. But, you know, be creative and make whatever flavor that you want. First, we're just going to spread on some of this marshmallow fluff on one side and then some Nutella on the other side. Have you seen the little cookies that set on the side of your mug, like for your hot cocoa? Well, that's what I'm going to do. These little cutters, the gingerbread and the Christmas tree, are actually cutters for mug toppers. I am making a few larger shapes also because I figure some of the adults anyway might want to go with these as well. Looks like I got caught baking the scraps to munch on. They were pretty good. I might be a professional cake artist, but that does not mean I won't use a box cake mix. It has got to be easy if it's going to be done. Otherwise, it's not going to be done. I am using pumpkin mix. Now, that's not to say I won't, at least add a few things here and there to make it, a little bit doctored up, like pumpkin pie spice and some cinnamon spice, just to kind of give it a little bit more flavor. But yeah, make your life simple. Find a mix or a kit and make it easy on yourself. These little Nutcracker molds, I don't even remember where I found them. I want to say I got them at Williams-Sonoma, but I really don't even know now. But they were so cute. I had to have them. If you've watched any of my videos at all, you know I love Nutcrackers. So this being a Nutcracker Christmas, we're going to have some Nutcracker cakes. The flour that I coated the pan with was obviously on top of the cake pan as well, and I could not for the life of me get a grip on this pan to pull it out. But we are going to let these cool for a minute, and then we are going to cut the tops off. And the best part of any cake and or muffin is the cake top. So those went in a baggie. Those were very good as well. And I'm just adding a little bit of gold luster dust on top of these little guys. Make them a little fancy. You don't see all of the details or anything, but it's okay. And we're not putting icing on top, but we are putting icing on the bottom. And so whoever grabs these can grab as much as they want. Then we're using jewel dust, which is also edible, to sprinkle on top of the icing as well as the nutcrackers to make them, well, you know, a little fancy. These candy cane pizza twists might have been the favorite. These were so good. We're just using a basil pesto paste. I'm just gonna spread this out on top.
Jingle bells ringing in my ear. Jingle bell, a sound that's oh so dear. Frosty the snow.
And then after we get a nice good coating of the pesto paste, we will add a light coat of the pizza sauce. And I say light coat because, you know, pizza sauce is runny and you don't want it to be just, you know, going everywhere. You want those nice, pretty candy cane lines. We are adding this grated Parmesan cheese on top, so that will help immensely with soaking up any extra moisture. But then you just want to take a pizza cutter and just cut like little strips. I made mine about 1 inch wide. Then you can just take and very carefully twist these guys up and then lay them on your oiled sheet pan. I will say I learned the hard way that the quicker that you do this, the better. So as I start going, I start quickly twisting these and then just putting them down because they stretch otherwise. So they end up huge. So as I get going, I just realize, you know what? I just have to sort of do this as quick as I possibly can and then just plop them back down on the tray. And then they stay a little thicker and a little smaller. I had intended to roll pepperoni up so that you would see that also, but it just didn't happen because I didn't think it came in our Target order, but in fact it was. It was in our refrigerator and I just didn't see it. I thought I took a shot of these coming out of the oven, but apparently I did not. Now for the fun part. Let's create a fun and fancy kids table. So for the table cover, I actually got that at Amazon. Obviously you could get whatever type of design you want. Mine is a little bit more vintage. These coloring sheet placemats are from Hearth and Hand. I bought these a couple of years ago from Target. They actually do still have them. Crayons, which I am just placing inside of a napkin ring. They just happen to be Rudolph antlers with a little nose. And I'm just using some red placemats to put underneath the coloring sheet. And that's our base. Then I am using these leftover fancy plates. They are plastic, so everything can just be tossed in the trash and they can't break it, which, you know, it's fun, fancy, and practical. These are plastic gold silverware that came with the plates. Again, this is all leftover stuff that we had from a few years back. I just ordered some of these plastic champagne flutes. They were $5 for a 4-pack at Target, and it just all came together so nicely. Now this little cake stand, I can't remember if I got it at the dollar spot at Target or Walmart. Either way, it was $5, super cheap. I'm putting nutcrackers, 2 plastic deer, well, and another little nutcracker also, but I'm putting them in the 4 corners because there are 4 place settings, and then that way if they choose to play, then they can grab it and play it with it and I don't have to worry about it breaking. And then these little mug toppers, and I will show you, obviously they probably will not be setting them on top of the little champagne glasses for their punch, but as you can see, they set nicely on the side of a cup. They will be, actually they did use these on the cocoa mugs, and so those were really cute. I'm just adding some mint chocolate chip cookies here so the kiddos have easy access to the sweets. You guys saw me putting the snow down last week. Like I said, the dinner and decorating were actually filmed simultaneously. For this dessert bar, I wanted it to be both whimsical and fun, but also practical enough that I could display many of my tiered cake stands and several of my trays because I do have many different types of desserts. I found this adorable little sleigh charcuterie board at Target this year, and then this holly wreath platter I got from Pottery Barn on clearance a couple years back. This Santa Claus cake stand, I believe, came from Aldi. My mom got that for me for Christmas a couple years back. And then the Nutcracker platter was from Kirkland's, and the snowflake platters, I actually got those secondhand. And then the Merry and Jolly, the little appetizer plates, I got those at Kirkland's last year as well. And here we have it, our completed dessert bar. I will say I didn't get these shots until after we had started eating dinner, and a couple of people had already dug into the pies. So in case you're wondering, that's why, but it's okay, not a problem. It all turned out really cute. This is probably my favorite, which is the apple walnut maple custard torte. It's incredibly simple to make, and oh, it's my favorite. We have a couple of German pastries and cookies, and of course I added some cinnamon rolls for the littles, and pumpkin pie, more cookies, and our Nutcracker pumpkin cakes. So there's plenty. Oh, how could I forget also the fruit in the fruit dip? But we have plenty of things here for everybody to enjoy, but particularly it centers around the kids. So everything up there, the kids really and truly enjoyed. We also made Thanksgiving punch, which is what it's actually called when I found the recipe, which I will link below, but I've got it labeled here as holiday punch, and it was so simple and it was so good. Everybody actually really liked it. It was my first year making it. Here it's almost completely done. It just needed the mint and rosemary, which I eventually found, as you can see there. So I did make 2 ensalada capreses, one for the adults and then a child's version, which was sliced tomatoes, mozzarella, pepperoni with olive oil, salt and pepper, and basil. Marshmallow cranberry salad, which everybody always enjoys. Our yummy candy cane pizza twists. Then I just kept it simple with the decor with a napkin holder and many different colored trees. It was a good night. Everybody enjoyed themselves, and my little 3-year-old nephew could not believe the kids' table. He thought it was so amazing that he got to have special stuff at Aunt Kimmy's house. So it was a good night. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Bye.